FSE Live.
Tell me everything I do.
And now you've got yourself something funny.
The truth is, I'm not really sure what happened.
Hey guys, welcome to FSE Live. This is Matt Beck from FreeSalonEducation.com here with Brian Hare.
Yes.
Drea Boland.
Hey, hey.
Thad Boland.
Hello.
Justin Scott. Hey. Hayden Beck.
In the background, he's just not.
Christina Cavalcanti running the show. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Sorry we're a little bit late. We got Justin Scott that's going to be doing some men's cutting tonight. Really what we want to do is focus on growing your salon men's clientele, and Justin's got some great tips for you guys tonight. And we have an awesome model, David, who's been coming to the salon for a long time. So David, thank you for being here. All right, and we also have tons and tons of questions from everybody, so I'm excited that we get to go through that and have a little bit of a chat tonight. So welcome to FSE Live. Justin, if you want to quickly just give us a breakdown of what you're going to do, and then we can get started.
Sure, I guess I can do that. Well, prior to this little setup we had going on, we had our consultation, and David gets a haircut once every, 6 months? Give or take. Every few months he gets a haircut. So we're going to take a ton of his bulk out. What I see a lot of times nowadays is guys are coming in and they want that nice, clean kind of fade on the side, like a nice tight look, but they want a little more length up top to kind of throw around. They're kind of streaming away from the nice, clean slick back, little messy, piecey, kind of texturized look up top. So that's what we're going to do. I have a few tools I'm going to use tonight. I'm going to use my Andis clippers, all Andis tonight. I'm really happy with my setup. We're going to go and take the bulk out with the Andis supers we got here, with a 3 3/4 guard to kind of take all the bulk out of the haircut. Then we're going to go through with the Andis Master Series and taper it down. We're going to take all that top out, clean him up with a straight blade, and send him on his way. Sound good, David? Awesome. All right, cool.
So why don't we, while Justin's getting set up, why don't we go through, I want to say thank you to Minerva Beauty, who gives us this awesome salon furniture, and also demandforce.com/free-salon-education. Check them out for your marketing and all of that stuff. I forgot that we're going to have we're not used to the clipper going.
Yeah, you got to deal with that tonight.
Yeah, cool. So let's go over to Justin, and we'll just you can walk us through what you're doing now.
Cool. So right now I'm just taking, like I said, the supers right now. They're a lot quicker of a clipper, so they're just gonna blow right through all the bulk he has built up
like
here on the
shearing
sides.
a sheep.
Pretty much. I'm using the parietal right now. So there's essentially 3 different types of fades you can do. A lot of people get kind of hung up on that in salons. I'm going to show you a quick tip about how to delegate what's going to be going where.
What blade's on there, Shug?
We have the 3 3/4 blade. So it's essentially, I'm going to show you what it equals out to when you get to a master's.
And David, everyone wants to see your smile. There you go.
There you go. He looks miserable. Oh, God. So I'm going up. I'm using the parietal ridge as my area to kind of stop and flick out with right now.
And just in case, turn that off, show him the ridge.
The parietal ridge is that horseshoe from the temple down to your occipital and right back on the other side.
And you can actually feel the bone. Get in there and check it out, because it's going to be a little different on some people.
Yep. So real quick, before I continue, you can lift your head like that. You have a few main points here. Now, the parietal ridge isn't a straight line. It dips down. So whenever you're going to do a fade, you're never going to keep a straight line there. You're going to always follow that shape of the head. Everybody's head's different. So if somebody comes in and asks for a low fade, you're usually going to work from right where that temple is to the ear down. That's going to be your fade's going to kind of work right around there. A mid is going to come right up to that little point. And again, follow that same shape down, not as high as I'm going. And tonight we're going to work with a higher fade, so I'm coming all the way up to that temple and working my way down to the parietal. That's the best way to delegate where to do a high, mid, or a low
Recession.
fade. Huh?
Not temple. That's recession.
Correct. Yeah, I'm sorry.
I got you, boo.
Appreciate it. And again, that trips a lot of people up because some people come into a salon and they sit in somebody's chair like, oh yeah, I just want a low fade, and that's when people start getting a little shaky with it, or a mid fade, and they don't really know where to delegate it. So just these 3 points are perfect to keep for any person's head, because even if they have a little bit of balding, their hairline's are a little different. Everybody usually has these 3 points to work with.
So low, mid, and high are in reference to how high it goes on the head, not how long the hair is at the end.
Correct. Because you can have a low fade with a ton of hair up here. It's called a Brook, or
Brooklyn.
Yeah, Brooklyn fade. So now what I'm doing is I'm combing all this hair down, because we're going to take a lot off that top. I'm going to use my comb as a guard, and I'm just going to go up. A little trick to kind of help me later on. Blends it for me. Anybody have any questions so far?
All right, so we do have a couple questions, Brian. Do you want to read them?
Well, actually, first, someone's asking, our girl Uni Walker, question about men's cutting. If the hair is pretty grown out around the sides and back, and I'm going to do shear over comb, would I go in and do a quick flat layer first and then go in with scissor over comb? Like, what would you recommend for getting bulk out if they're planning on doing scissor over comb?
If they're planning for doing scissor over comb, I would say go take your bulk out, but it depends on how short you're actually going to take the haircut. If you're going to do scissor over comb to keep it like a nice, clean, a soft fade, because you can still fade with scissors, just takes a lot longer. I would say do that. One trick I would use is using a clipper like this with a 3/0 blade and just holding that hair out and just going across it. Clipper over fingers is a fantastic technique that a lot of people don't utilize. It's also great for cutting kids' hair, but for someone like her, if you were going to, again, do that scissor over comb work, that'd be a great way to get rid of all that bulk without having to take a lot of time out.
Okay. And then our buddy Jose is also asking you, Justin, is that the Andis super detachable clipper ideal for coarse, wiry hair?
This clipper is ideal for any type of hair. The only difference I will say between this and your Andis Master Series or anything like that is the fact that you're not going to be able to control the length you're cutting. This is only cutting at a certain length because it's a blade, not a guard. So that's really the only thing I would worry about, but these are great for cutting any type of hair.
Well, and they have different speeds on there, so if you have thicker hair, you can use a higher speed, or if you have finer hair, you can do a
Well, I mean,
lower
yes
speed,
and no. That the speeds to me don't really do much for me. I'll use essentially the same speed on everybody except for a child.
Justin has
But that's
one
just
speed.
me. Yeah, aggressive. That's it.
All the way. 11. What's your opinions on doing any kind of clipper cut while the hair has moisture in it?
Well, with a
Will
clip,
that depend on the clipper or what?
I was going to say that it's certain preference and certain clipper. I was always taught that a clipper like the Andis Master Series, which I'll be using next, to never really use on wet hair. It cuts essentially like a typewriter where it's just going in one direction, whereas a clipper like this is cutting the entire time. It's a rotary, so a rotary motor is cutting in a continuous circular pattern.
Yeah, explain that. I don't know what you mean.
One
direction.
One direction means the blade cuts over, and then it comes back. It's not essentially going to be cutting that hair on the way back. It's cutting a lot slower as well.
Okay.
Whereas with these, the rotary motor is cutting both ways back and forth. If you ever try to grab the blade on your Andis Master Series, you'll be able to stop it from working in a heartbeat. If this is on, you're not going to grab that and stop it. It's going to keep cutting. It's a very strong motor. These are also the same type of clippers, the rotaries that you use to cut animal hair, horse's hair, dog grooming. It's just like kind of notched down for people. So these are meant to cut through anything. And there's not much space here, since this comes off, for hair to get stuck like the Andis Masters, where wet hair would kind of fall down in there and clog up your whole clipper setup.
Cool.
I hope that was...
No, that was great.
Now,
And
Justin,
we got more questions for whenever you get around to the hairline, but we're not there yet. So.
Cool.
now with the metal guards,
They're blades.
or metal blades, they have a tendency to heat up. Do you have any advice on like when to check, how to check? Do you just ask your client?
I kind of just... It's different for everybody. If you're new to these, I would say definitely keep an eye on them. If you're not used to doing certain haircuts, keep an eye on them. But with me, I know I'm going through the hair real quick with this, and I'm going to another one. So I'm not giving it that much time to heat up. It's definitely something you want to keep an eye on, though, because no matter what type of clipper you're going to use, whether it's the metal guard or the Andis Master Series with the plastics on it, it can still get warm. So you want to make sure you keep an eye on it. What am I doing tonight? Using the most loud tools humanly possible
Hey,
in the
that's
salon.
how we roll.
That's cool.
Justin's class. Get your earplugs.
Yeah.
Cool. So I went through, like I said, that 3 3/4 guide, and I took out all my bulk. Now, I'm gonna go in.
So we know that this question is going to come up, Justin,
Shoot.
just so we can get it out of the way. Why wouldn't you start with your shortest guard first?
It's a preference. Everybody has different ways they like to cut hair. I've never cut David's hair before, so I'm going to play it a little safer at the moment, and I'm going to take a lot of my hair off. I'm going to fade down, see how his hair is going to sit as I get with the lower guard. After I cut a person's hair once or twice, I know how their hair is going to move. I know it's going to fall, what cowlicks are going to do. But if you cut one way into a cowlick, on the other side of the head, it might not fall the same way, and you might have to fade up even higher. So I'm going to fade down with him right now.
Okay. Cool.
So what are you using?
Now, I was
you
gonna
got
get to
there,
that.
brah?
We have my 2 on my NS Master Series, but I have it closed, so it's as close
So it's
as
a
you can
short
get.
too.
Yep. So your 3 3/4 metal blade is essentially like a 2 on your Masters, maybe like a 3 closed, but it's not a huge difference. So you can fade this into that very nicely.
Now go a little slower, just so they can see as you how you flick that out.
I'm never coming straight up. I'm coming up and working my way out, because you don't want to make a line. You want to just keep it nice and smooth the whole way down.
And do you just choose where you want that line, or are you going off the head shape?
I'm going off that head shape. I'm following that same slanted direction around the head, flicking up as I work my way down. Now, one other tool that anybody doing clipper cuts needs to have is a can of lubricant, any type. Cool Care is kind of taken over the industry around this North American parts, these cans.
You speak for all of North America.
Yeah. I'm a voice of the people tonight.
So Justin, real quick, because we have both been, or all of us really, have been playing with the Andis Supra clipper that they sent us.
Mhm.
We had a question from Brandon Digital that asked how the power on the Supra was. It's a rotary motor, seems strong, but since it's a wireless clipper, is the wireless holding any power back?
This is a solid clipper.
Yeah.
What is it? The BGR and the BGRC, I think, are the other corded clippers you can actually make cordless with a battery pack. And this thing cuts as solid, if not faster than those do. You also have the nice the speed setting on the side, which some people really enjoy. I think it's a solid clipper. Definitely a great investment for anybody who wants to use the rotaries. Probably the best one I've ever used out there. And again, now I'm just working my way back around, going from that 2 closed to that 2 open, which blends right with my 3 3/4.
So wait, you opened it back up, and
Yep.
now you're going through just to
blend any lines I might see. Because I don't want to have to go back up and pick up other blades as I go along.
All right.
Now I'm going to grab my 1.
And these clipper guards that you're using, we've all kind of invested in these. We got them off. I got them off Amazon. Thad got them at. Where'd you get them? Sally's.
They got them at Sally's or off of Sally's Amazon account.
Oh, okay. And then Justin had them when he started here, but we fell in love with them. They're magnetic clipper guards, so they attach with a magnet, which is really convenient because they're easy to get on and off, but they hold really solid. And
Hold that up again.
the actual blade itself, I love because it's a lot stronger than when you look at like the wall plastic guards and any other plastic guard that I've used. These they hold really strong.
The magnets are great, but we actually got them because of their purple.
Yeah, I really don't understand why we have to make clipper guards in all these funny colors. But
And just real quick, now I put my 1 guard on. I close it all the way. And I'm working my way from one side of the head towards the middle, and I'm doing the other on the opposite side.
That was one thing that Justin taught me to do a little bit different that I liked, was how he starts with the shorter and then just does a little bit and then opens that blade back up, or opens the guard back up. No, yeah, opens the blade. And then goes in to blend out that line rather than starting with it longer and intentionally blending from the get-go. It does move much faster.
I mean, essentially, I'm doing both fading up and fading down. Because to fade
Right.
up, you put your line in, you work up, you put another line in, you blend the 2 out. I'm kind of doing both. I'm taking my bulk out, working my way down a little bit, but I'm not putting that solid, super short line in at first.
right.
When I feel like doing it this way also helps, especially if you're a little newer to this and you're a little bit unsure, but you know that you want to get to a certain, shortness at the bottom, working down this way will help to make sure that you can achieve where you want to be by the end, and then just sort of go back and make the rest of the haircut work into that.
Now, while I'm working on the section, I'm stretching the skin as I go. I'm making sure to not just let it sit there and going into it, because you're not going to get the cleanest cut. So I'm going to stretch. I'm going to take a little bit of time. I'm going to comb any kind of hair away. I'm going to see where my line is. In between, you have a couple little markings here. So, that's your shortest. That'd be your longest. And in between there, if anything's kind of giving you trouble, you have all these different little markings to work off of. Some of them don't even have the markings on them, clippers like this. You just got to feel for it.
I'm loving David's long.
Right? This looks like a...
Yeah, wavy
this top looks awesome.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
And clipper dry.
Dave, is your mom and dad watching tonight? Probably.
Aww.
I think my mom's
Say
even
hi
watching.
to the Shonuses.
Hi.
Thanks for letting us borrow them.
Just yell hi, Mom, David.
You got to yell it. Come on. Come on.
That's okay.
That was a hi, Mom.
Hi,
right
Mom. I'll do it. I think mine's watching.
Do the Andis magnetic comb attachments fit on the Supra?
No, you won't. I don't believe they do. There's plastic attachments that fit on the Super Guards. They're a little different. They have little springs attached to the back of them because the metal blades get pretty big.
Yeah.
Whereas these stay stationary the entire time you're using it. So they will fit on any adjustable clipper, though, that Andis makes. They redesigned them from having 2 magnets on it to having 1 magnet in the center, because Andis came out with a couple different designs and redesigned from 2 screws to 1. So they weren't fitting on everything. So last year they came out with them.
Yeah, ours, both me and Thad's have
yeah.
one.
Even the new
magnet.
set I bought has the 1 magnet.
It does.
It works just as good. I'm personable to these ones.
Brandon was talking about how the problem with the magnets is they stick to everything, including your scissors. But I think the cool thing that we've done is on our stations, they attach to anything metal on the station. So I see Justin and Thad and me, when we line up the clipper
Not
guards.
even that, but I mean, if you have a can of Cool Care in your station, you're good to go.
Oh, look at that.
Or a lot of guys have those bracelets with little scissors on them. You just pop them on there while you're working, and it's fantastic.
Sold. Cool Care and guards.
Right? I'm not even working for Andis.
And if you have a metal plate in your head.
If your guest has a metal plate, yeah, that too.
So what are you doing now? What do you got
Now,
going on there?
got me. 0, guard closed, just flicking out right along that bottom. We're not going to bring the skin super high. He wants to keep it nice and clean. He works in a restaurant. Doesn't want to look like a hooligan, like the rest of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Scott's
Scott's
got a green mohawk, so he took all the hooligan that was available for that location.
Wait, so Philly Bloke says, I find the clippers with guards, you have to go over and over. I prefer to mostly fade with the blades. Any suggestions?
I mean, that's up to him. If he can make it work with the blade, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I like the precision I get with the blades to take all that bulk out, but I like to... This is essentially like finishing a haircut with dry cutting shears.
Yeah.
You're not going to take like a big bulky puffin to get those small little ones that you have, like your... what's that one pair you use? The beaks?
Yeah.
Like the beaks are there to get into those certain areas, and you will have to go over an area multiple times with these because they cut slower.
Right.
But that's what I like about them. Especially in somebody like him, his hair's super coarse, super thick. Like, you're going to get lines. You're going to have to go back in and work some stuff out.
And that was a big thing. I remember I actually cut Justin's hair before he worked here for an American Crew online contest for something. Brian brought him in, as a model. And I
never left.
I'm not I don't claim to be the best barber ever. So
Yes, he does.
So I did, I had the Oster 76 and I had the metal blades, and I tried to get his fade to look clean, and there was just a line in it that I couldn't get to go away.
My hair sucks.
And then the minute that
I got your fade good.
I shifted to both. I love the metal blades for a lot of haircuts, and I do a lot of business guys. I like those for quick, powerful, let's get through it at a and like, or
3.5 or
yeah,
2.
Yeah, and then I move right into that. If I need to, I go into the Masters. I never really do tight fades, so I don't have to.
Justin, can you just
It's
stand in
not
the chair?
what my clientele is.
No. So that like when you're getting in there, I can see you and not see what you're doing and not your shoulder.
Oh, I'm sorry, Thad.
Yeah, it's a good thing that was in the mic.
But yeah, so that's what I would say. For me, I think I like using both. I think there is a purpose, just like Justin was saying, for both types. And that's not a huge investment to go with 2 different types of clippers.
No.
And you're going to have them for a long time.
And especially if you're buying quality equipment. I know some people kvetch about, I don't want to have to spend all this money. I've had this pair of clippers for 6 years. I've never had them break down on me once. I've had my BGRCs. It's another Andis clipper. And the show's over. I've had another Andis clipper for about 8 years. Never once given me an issue. So I'm just gonna.
Justin, real quick.
Shoot.
Someone asked, do you recommend using the Cool Care during the cut or just after when you're cleaning?
Nope. I use my Cool Care during the cut, switching between blades. It's also big importance to educate your guest on what it is too. A lot of people are like, what's that? What's he spraying on there? And you tell them this is an antiseptic among a lubricant and a few other things, so they feel even more safe when you're like, yeah, I'm just gonna make sure this is clean, because who knows where that guard's been since they sat in your chair.
Right.
And also, your clippers will collect hair as you work through them, so you want to make sure that you're not letting that hair kind of clog up and heat up your blade.
Now, Justin, especially with what you're using right now, like, let's say we're talking to somebody who is fresh coming out of school and they want to invest in like 1 pair of clippers to really get them started that's going to be nice and versatile.
Yes?
Is there one that you would recommend?
Honestly, grab them for me again, sorry. The Andis Envy set.
Oh, I love those.
Because
See, I like the ones you have in your hand.
I love these, but when people are starting out, like if you've noticed, I've turned everything off when I'm done using it. Because this entire casing is solid metal, and if you let this sit on for more than 15-20 minutes, if you let it run for 15-20 minutes, it gets extremely hot.
Okay.
And it's not just uncomfortable to you, it's uncomfortable to your guests. So Thad's gonna let me borrow these guys for a second. This pair is an entire plastic housing. So this thing will not really heat up as much as that will, so it'll give you more time to practice and really get comfortable with fading. And it's also using the same purple guards that one uses. So it's all solid. And it comes with a fantastic edger that I love. It has the longer teeth to it. This thing's just solid. It's second to my classic tan one, but this comes in a kit together. So I think, actually, I told him, I had a hour-long conversation yesterday with somebody who's pretty new to men's cutting on my way home, and that's the recommendation. I think the kit was like $80 on Amazon, and then the guards were $16 on Amazon. So
Mine came with guards.
Yeah, I was gonna say it comes with guards. But
it comes with
not
the gray ones, but the
yeah,
gray ones suck.
Yeah, they're not as good. the purple guards are.
Andis loves you, and they love you, they love you.
I love Andis, but their purple guards or the gray guards that come with that clipper, I just feel won't get a clean, tight haircut as this will.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah, they're good to start off with. Like if you.
No, don't even
have
start off
those,
with them. Throw them away.
But those ones are a little bit firmer, so they're not gonna be. They're
Throw
gonna give
'em
you
away.
like a better like cut.
Now, what do you say about blade sharpening?
You know what? I'm going to say if you need it, you need it. Have
you ever done it?
I've never sharpened any of my clippers, and I've used them for years. I feel that they still give a solid haircut. You know, every Instagram photo I take, it's the same pair of clippers I've been using forever. You know, so I'm just going back through again with the zero, finish up. Any stragglers, I say? And I'm using the mirror. You guys might not be noticing, but the mirror is going to be your best friend in this. It's like when you go to take a picture or something and you see a line or a shadow in it that you don't see with your naked eye, the mirror is going to show you everything. So with the fade I have going on here, pretty happy with it.
Oh, looks
Again,
good.
nothing too crazy.
It's tight like a tiger.
I would also say if you think that your clippers need sharpened, I guarantee you just need to take them apart.
I was just going to get to that.
Yeah.
I mean, when I first got here, how many clippers ran kind of...
We had terrible clippers.
They had great clippers. They just didn't
No, we
love
had great
them.
clippers. Yeah, we had great, expensive quality clippers, but
We had terrible maintenance.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
You just
remember
gotta-
when I was gonna say, I remember you came and I was like, oh, you're supposed to take those apart.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yep. So now I'm going to use my Andis T-liner. There's a slight difference between the black cased one and the gray cased one I have. when you buy them is the black case one has a little bit of longer teeth to it. Tell me when. I'm just gonna hold there. Either way, it's in the one video I did of the tools I can't live without, and I did it on Danny as well. Was it Danny did it on? Yeah, I think it was. But they both give like a great line. So now I'm just gonna work with his natural hairline. A lot of people, they go a little too aggressive with this kind of stuff. Just go a little too happy, and we're gonna keep it nice and low. Clean up the natural line there. So I'm gonna just step my way back. Not trying to take too much off. And now I'm gonna work from the middle out. And again, look straight ahead for me. One thing I see a lot of people do is when they're going to edge up someone's neck, they have them look straight down. When you have your guests look straight down, you're going to distort that neckline. And when they put their head up, it could be even, it could be crooked as heck. You never know what's going to happen with it because that's not the natural position of their head. So I always tell my guests to look straight ahead in the mirror, and I just take my time cleaning this up. Otherwise, you ever see those guys walking around the mall or the supermarket with like their neckline up to here? That's usually why.
I'm always that guy because I try to cut my own.
Because you do, well, you do it yourself.
Well, and I think that raises a good question. Like, I've gotten this so many times, especially when I've taught any kind of men's classes. They ask, what do you do for a hairline? And I think that just comes down to guest and stylist preference.
It comes to guest preference, stylist preference. A lot of them will say, oh, just square it off. Well,
right. I like to keep it as natural as possible.
Yeah. So, I mean, one big way to get around that nowadays, like, hey, have you ever had your neckline tapered out? No, what's that mean? Oh, you just keep it real nice and tight down to where the next or at the bottom, so as it grows out, it's not so fluffy, this, that, and the other thing. Oh, yeah, try it. And usually when you do that, you get so much of the bulk out from the bottom of the haircut that you can pretty much do whatever you want down there.
Shift them around, Justin. Just remember, people can't see over there.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's
okay.
delicious.
It looks really good.
So again, working our way around. Now I work a little different. Some people do the sides, and then they work up top with their scissors. I want to use this edger and then put it down and not pick it back up. So I'm going to clean everything up. Try to do the fade, and then everything else is scissor work. Now we don't do it this stuff. You want us to leave it there? Cool.
I thought he was going to be like, cool, bye.
Yeah. Cool. Doesn't matter what you want.
Now you're 13 again.
That wasn't the answer you wanted.
And
that's not what I wanted to hear, so that's not what I'm doing. Cool. Now with this top stuff, you said you want to take about like a solid that much off? Cool.
That's Justin's dialogue throughout the day. I hear him. He's like, so like that much? Cool. I like it. It's like super guy talk.
They keep coming back, don't they?
They do. I know. It works.
What's my book look like tomorrow?
It works. It's all guys.
Justin, just do me a favor and
shoot.
Blow a kiss to Layla from Brazil.
Oh, jeez. It's Christina's cousin.
I know. She's trying really hard to watch, but she doesn't speak English, and so she's like translating.
Christina, translate.
To try to get it in there, but she's watching and loving the show.
So right now I'm going to use the 5-0 blade, which is essentially an edger. This is the tightest blade you can get on the Supras. This is a Ulster guard. They're interchangeable. They all fit the same stuff. So I'm going to hold it in a different position than you're used to. Most people are used to holding it like this. I'm going to grab it like this, almost like you were palming a pair of shears, so you can still use your comb. And this is a great technique for cutting kids' hair. You're just going to take it, drag it over the top, your fingers. Now, I'm just going to work.
Yeah, let's spin them around.
How's that?
A little bit more.
Oh.
Justin. Sorry, I know.
Got me in a corner here. Again, comb it where you want it. Just go right over the fingers.
So just like sectioning, like
exactly, like you were grabbing for a pair of shears.
You guys will be able to see it on the other side. I know it's kind of tough with the.
How you doing down there, bud? Still awake, David? You good? Cool. Again, grab my section, see my guide, cut.
Ooh.
And this is one of my favorite techniques for cutting kids' hair.
No, we're not talking
Like
about
David,
you.
because he
David, you're-
squirms.
You're
Not
not a
David.
kid.
David isn't a kid. He's the size of a grown man.
Full-blown man.
Like, he'll hurt me after this if I'm not nice to him. But, little kids you have in your chair, the trick to cutting them is not cutting yourself while you're cutting them, or cutting them while they're, doing cartwheels and stuff in your chair.
Everyone's got to learn.
Yeah.
Brian's like, I'll cut you.
A couple weeks ago,
Brian's
was
like,
it?
I have cut you.
But you still want to make sure you're being careful, especially around the ears, around the face of the kids, because the blades do get pretty sharp. So he's got a huge.
All right, so then would it be okay if they went with something slightly longer than an A50, like maybe a 000 to save your
30,
fingers?
40, 50, it's still sharp no matter what you're doing. This is going to get you a lot more precise cut, almost like shears.
Right, but I'm just saying, like,
If
you're dealing with a super crazy Tasmanian devil squirmy child, maybe a couple less zeros.
I would say no matter what you're doing, you're still going to get them.
No, I'm talking about getting yourself.
Oh, no, you're not.
Dig deeper.
You're good.
All right.
Cool. So we took a lot of that bulk out. Now I'm just going to use my scissor real quick back here. Kind of shape this because he has like a huge swirl back here. It's getting really fluffy.
Now, what you just did on top is just to remove bulk, or that's the actual haircut?
That's most of the haircut. I'm going to go in and texturize a little bit with shears to point cut and use thinning shears and take some of that bulk out.
Well, I just asked because somebody asked if that's going to leave a heavy weight line because you're cutting with the clipper in those sections.
No heavy weight line. Again, it's the same. You're going to leave the same weight line if you're cutting with a pair of shears.
Gotcha.
Again, just combing down, almost like a pair of scissors, we're calling. Yeah, I'm in the way, aren't I?
I like this haircut.
So much hair. Cool. I'm going to take up. I don't even know what to call these shears. What was the name of these? I know they were the dual purpose or dual position.
Yeah, dual position. I'm not sure. I mean, they're not like really available. So.
These, well, I have.
Talk about them.
So these are great. You can't have them, but I do. So.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I said. I have them and they can't. So maybe tilt your head back a little bit. Awesome.
They're called the new Mizutani You Can't Have 'Ems.
Yep.
You'll never have these.
So now I'm just going through the haircut and texturizing a little bit. So it's not such a one length. What's
All
up?
right, can you just touch? We're getting a lot of questions right now on cowlicks, and I think it's because we're getting to
All his swirls.
this area where
Yeah.
cowlicks are going to be a nightmare. So
Shoot.
can we just have
Well, before I started the haircut, I kind of combed through it. And though we had a ton of hair, you can usually see where a cowlick's going to kind of cause you a little bit of a nightmare unless they have like Jesus locks down on their shoulders. So I would say cut with that cowlick so that way you're not leaving you're not going to leave it so it's standing straight up. If we look back here, he's got this crazy cowlick, but I didn't cut it to the point where the hair is going to stick straight up. You can usually see where that hair starts to bend. If you cut too close to the bend or beyond it, it's going to be straight out. But if you leave a little bit of weight there, you're usually going to be able to control it. What else we got, question-wise?
Justin, can you just pull the mic a little bit away from your mouth? There you go. Everyone's listening to you breathe.
Oh, sorry, guys. This is what happened the first time.
That's okay.
It's getting weird.
Yeah. One girl said she has headphones on, so she's hearing every breath.
Sorry.
Every breath you take, yeah.
Every move you make.
We'll be watching you.
Okay, so here's a good question. When a male guest comes in, do you wash and blow dry their hair or just cut the hair as is?
Me personally, everyone gets shampooed and blow dried. It's also a good way to educate your guest on how to style their hair. I've had 55-year-old men sit in my chair tell me that they've never had anybody show them how to blow dry their hair or why their hair isn't sitting the right way when they leave the salon. And that's a huge part of this. It's a huge part of the service because my whole view on men in the salon is that they're not treated like a guest. Treated like a guy. They're treated like your brother or whatever. Yeah, let's cut their hair real quick. See you later, Mark. oh, well, here comes Drea. She's going to get balayage and color and a blow dry, and here's a big ticket.
Yeah.
And they don't treat him like a guest. They just kind of treat him like some guy. So I feel if you kind of give him that little extra of actually treating him like a proper guest, you'll be fine.
Yeah, totally. I wish I had a camera view on Brian crawling across the floor.
Whatever. It would have been a secret if you guys just be quiet.
I know, but you can't because everyone's paying
I was
attention
gonna
to it
say,
anyway.
There's
So-
a video of mine that Brian crawls
That's
across the
true.
floor on.
It's true.
Now I'm just going to take a 32 thinning shear. Nice clean shear. I'm just going to work my way into the top.
I gotta get you some Mizutani thinning shears, huh?
What's up?
I gotta get you some Mizutani thinning
Yeah.
shears.
Oh, I have some.
I have a whole case of them. I can't believe you're not even using them right now.
Here,
Where's
wait.
No, I'm just saying I
Grab
should get.
mine.
I'm not. I'm just now realizing that I haven't given
Mine
you
are swivels, though.
a pair of those.
Justin,
Yeah, we hand out Mizutani scissors like it's candy.
You get
how do you
scissors.
feel about the Andis black guards that are universal for all Andis clippers?
I don't mind them, but they're not my favorite. I don't know. I feel with the purple guards, there's something about them that just makes me happy. I'm saying this right now, and they could be literally molded from the same mold, but I just,
You just have a feeling.
I just have a feeling that, I don't know, the purple ones just are a lot more solid of a,
I mean, he's used to those. It's fine.
a lot more solid of a guard for me. I'm a lot more comfortable with the length they cut too, because not all guards cut the same length.
All right, so
I do have a lot of them though.
I don't know if you hit on this the
Shoot.
5 seconds that I walked away. Is there a circumstance where you'll shampoo a guy's hair before you get in there?
We did that.
You did?
Yeah.
I will shampoo a
I
guy's
thought
hair if
so.
they come with a ton of product.
I
Yeah.
do hat hair.
If it's a little bit of product, I'm usually taking most of the hair that has the product out with a long guard anyway and just blending it. But if it's a ton of product, I don't want to either dull my scissors or make it that much longer to do the.
Yeah, a ton of product.
But we always shampoo them after.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, always after, always hot towel.
Cool. What else we got question wise?
It's like
Do we drain the questions already?
I don't
Sure.
think so. I mean,
No, we haven't even touched Instagram. That
We
was
haven't
literally
touched
just
any-
what people have been
Yeah.
saying.
I was gonna say,
People are loving this,
That's up,
Justin.
man.
Calm down.
Cool. And now I want to show one last trick with the Andis Master Series with your purple guards that I love so very much. A lot of people, right when you say, oh, I want a 3, nobody really delegates because a lot of clientele, I'll be very blunt, a lot of white guys don't usually ask for this, but anybody with ethnic hair and very curly, wavy hair, if they come in, you're not used to cutting that, and they say, I want a 2, always ask, do you want a 2 with or against the grain? If you take a guard and you follow the swirls in the hair, you're just going to kind of clean it up, whereas you go against it, you're going to chop it all off. So one trick, I don't know if you guys do this that often, but I like to use to kind of take some bulk out. It's nice to blend too. I'm not sure what length I'm going to need, but I'm going to use my 4. I'm going to just follow the hair. What this does is essentially it's using it like a thinning shear, so that way you're not taking too much off. You okay back there?
what is happening?
We're solid.
Okay.
Oh,
Solid.
Hayden's stinking up the place.
Oh.
That's the problem.
I will say, last week when you were here, I was with a guest. You were sitting at their computer. It's insane.
Nope.
But yeah, so if actually you want to do me a favor and look straight down. Cool. You see how his hair has this nice, almost finger wave pattern? That's what I'm following with the clippers. I'm not going in to take off any length. I'm just kind of using it to take off some of the bulk. It's not a ton, just a little bit. Awesome. You can look up. Yeah, now we're going to get you shampooed in a second and styled.
Going off of what you were talking about, how you got to like talk to your guys and like educate them.
Of course.
I was cracking up. I think it was last night or 2 nights ago. One of my guys who comes in, I also do his fiance's hair, and she was like saying like, "Oh, can you show him how to do this? Can you show him how to do this?" And then I get to the point of showing him how to do the styling, and she starts asking questions. And he goes, "Shh, I'm paying attention."
Oh, here's your last guest, right?
Yeah. He shushed his fiance because I was teaching him how to like style his hair. He goes, "This is an important part. I'm learning here."
Well, the last step I'm going to do on the actual cut, I used to do it after a hot towel, but we got this fantastic shave gel in. It's made by Elegance. It's freaking amazing. I'm just gonna use this to clean up around his hairline on his neck and stuff like that with a straight blade. Picked this up on Amazon, right?
Yeah, we got it on Amazon. Prime, done.
I asked them for it one
got
day.
it in a
Day and a
day.
half later, it's here.
Yeah.
So a full pump. It comes out almost like hair gel.
I just primed something that is taking 10 days to get to me. I just want to throw that out there.
How upsetting is that?
That's
I'm
the,
extremely
So that
upset.
wasn't Prime.
No, it's a prime item.
It's the distributor. It
It
will say, like,
is?
it'll take like 9 to 10 days to process.
Yeah, I'm
It's
a little
very
upset.
frustrating. Yeah.
It's an action figure, and I want it now, so that I can like.
Wait. Am I listening to
Hayden.
Brian talk or
An
Hayden?
action figure?
I know. I need more toys for when Hayden comes over, because that's why he likes to come to
I
my
never
house.
come over to your house.
I know.
He just dropped you. He's like, I don't go there.
No, it's because it's not until I get more toys. He won't come back till I get fresh toys.
Are
I love
you
the priorities of that it's upsetting because it's an action figure and you want it now.
I know.
10 days doesn't sound very actiony either.
Exactly.
So going back to how we treat our guests here at the salon, every guy gets a shampoo. Every guy gets, blow dried and product in their hair. But every guy also gets a hot towel. I think that is a huge change from any other salon around here. Again, I've had 55-year-old guests say they've never had a straight blade used on them, which tonight I'm going to be using my Parker straight blade, which I'm in love with. They've never had a straight blade used on them. They've never used a hot towel, and it's little things like that which are the reasons our guests keep coming back.
Cool. It works. Cool. Or Matt. Cool.
Are you done, Thad?
And there's such a difference in if you use a straight blade rather than the
Just an
trimmer.
edger?
Yeah, like you can tell because a lot of our guys are on a 2-week schedule, and like even within 2 weeks, if you just use a trimmer, their neck hair is growing back. But if you do the straight blade, within 2 weeks, it's definitely lasted a lot longer.
And it just grows in a lot softer, I feel. A lot of people out there, if you're not comfortable with using this, buy a straight blade. Again, I love this Parker. There's two different types of straight blades out there. There's ones with a swing arm like I have. The ones where it slides out. I'm very prone to the swing arm ones now. I picked this up and I fell in love with it.
You want to turn him a little bit, Justin?
Sure.
Upside down.
Yeah. By his feet.
There we go.
Now I'm just going to use
Turn
the
him out.
end of the blade.
Hold on. Pause.
Pausing. Use the end of the blade. I'm just going to follow down my area I worked. Again, you're going to make sure you're not going to catch any pimples or anything. You're going to keep an eye out for
I
everything
know.
you're working on. I can only give
You
so
might want
much
to come on
space.
the other side of the chair, Justin, if you can. Is that possible? Or does
Great
that...
thing.
It is not to do this.
Justin, come on
Yes.
the other side of the chair.
Like that.
Dave and me on the other side of the chair. Like, it's not happening.
You mean you can't do a one-handed...
I can't do a reverse
Headstand.
backhand on the other side of the chair on his neck. Cool. Next time, can I have some more space? Can I have a bigger work area? Cool. And now, just around the face area, some people will go in and reshape the whole hairline. I am not one of those people. It grows in kind of weird, I feel. Especially if you have a guy that's coming in every 2 to 3 weeks. If you're in there every week, it's neither here nor there, but...
Turn
and
just a little bit, Justin.
I'm going to get the other side.
Okay.
Watch your feet. So I'm just going to move the whole thing.
There you go.
On him, we're just going to go ahead and, like I said, clean up the natural hairline with a straight blade.
In Idaho, stylists can't use straight razors.
Well, some place you might have to be a barber to use a straight blade.
What
Says
if they have
Maryland.
moles?
Moles, just be very careful. I would say use that at your discretion. Some of them you'll feel are just pretty raised where it's going to kind of get a little squirrely, so don't do it.
And you can find
Don't
razors,
cut a mole.
Put your head back.
because there are states where straight blade is not legal. You can find razors like this one has a pretty.
Oh, I love that one.
This is the Donald Scott. I forget exactly.
DSX.
The DSX.
4. I use that.
Yeah, it has it has a guard on the blade, but very little guard. So if you're looking
If you're
for
like
something,
me and you're
Yeah.
just like you're not as confident with straight blading someone like Justin is, that's perfect for me because it offers just that tiny bit of buffer
Yeah.
to still feel comfortable using it. Justin, Jose is asking, are Parker razors ideal for a hairdresser, or can they get you in trouble for using them?
Well, you have to check with your state. I don't know everybody's state. Parker razors are.
No, you don't.
Well, I mean, it's a question, I'm answering it. Parker razor, or any safety, or any straight blade, it's up to you. I mean, I am just a fan of their products. They're solid quality products. Parker manufactures this. The blade itself I'm using as a Persona. Again, great blade. Really easy to work
And
with.
the great part about that is we buy that box of blades off of Amazon also
Yeah.
for like $12,
And
it's
Parker
like
has them too.
100 blades. Yeah. So I mean, when you look at
Do
other
me a favor.
like a feather
Shampoo, huh?
feather blades, you're gonna
Cool, you wanna go with
get
that? He's gonna shampoo you real quick.
feather blades. You're gonna get what, like 10.
Yeah.
A pack of 10 for they're made for haircuts, but so you get a pack of 100 for $12. So you can use a new one, obviously, on every person.
Well, you
That
d-
Donald Scott, do we have on our website?
We don't have this. That's
We
why I
don't.
didn't know what it was.
But the thing
But
is,
DonaldScottNYC.com, you can get this. But
the straight blades though, Persona comes with 100. Other ones come in box of 50. Some come in little packs of 10.
Yeah.
I would say pick up a few different packs of 10 and see what straight blades you like.
Right.
You want me to just sit down?
Yeah. Take a load off.
I'll just have a seat now.
Settle down a little bit.
Take a load off, Justin.
Thanks for joining me.
Take a load for me.
Just
Put your load.
Yeah, I'm a little warm. Yeah, it's fine.
you got this. You're killing it, buddy.
yeah,
Yeah.
great class, man.
Thanks.
All right, so let's while David's getting finished up, let's go over a few Instagram questions, and then we'll spin the wheel.
Okay.
We'll finish up David,
Yeah.
and then we'll be good to go.
I actually had a couple of very similar questions. First one I just want to blow through real quick. Brand_E. I have a client, super stubborn gray hair, 75% gray. Started up front, leaving the color on for 45 minutes, and it doesn't cover any solutions. Yes, use a different color line. Like, there are just some color lines that are better at gray coverage than others. Unfortunately, I hate to say it, sometimes it's a matter of your color line doesn't have enough ammonia to pierce through all the layers of cuticle. I discover former redheads tend to be the hardest ones to cover their grays with gentle gray coverage lines.
I was gonna say I bump it up to 30 a lot. I've known color lines to recommend if you double the amount of color to developer, you can get better coverage.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't.
Literally
I just
never
know
heard that. And I've worked with you for 3 years.
I learned it when I
Today, she learned it. Today.
funny enough,
She read it
I,
on the back of a cereal box.
before I
When-
worked here, I was training to be an educator with Original Mineral color line, and that was their recommendation.
Talking to you.
Oh,
Drea.
it's an
Drea
organic
looks at me
ammonia
like, "Answer."
ammonia-free line. And,
I don't trust ammonia free.
Yeah.
I mean, what I learned. Well, what I learned from working with them is they will get you to point A to point B. But little tricks like that. But just because they're not using ammonia doesn't mean they're not using a chemical just as harsh. It's just ammonia free.
Right.
It's not any better
I'm sorry,
for your
you
hair.
need chemicals to get the job done.
Right.
Yeah.
Otherwise, people just be rubbing berries in their hair.
Well, that's like the people who come in like, I don't want any shampoo that's not all natural used on me, or any products. Do you have any products that's all natural? No.
Who says that to you?
I have 3 guests who say that to me, and
Why
two
did
of
they
which
come to you?
I don't know. 2 of which always ask me, "Oh, what color lines have you found that are, or what product lines can you get me that are not that are all natural?" I'm like,
Here's
"None."
a stick of butter.
Yeah.
That's what you get.
Hey, thanks, Dad. So, real quick with this
All right,
cut,
Thad, you wanna grab that?
before I go ahead and style him, just use the mirror to check everything. Make sure no lines popped up. There's no heavy spots that were hiding. I'm pretty happy
Oh my
with
God, that looks so good.
it. Cool.
Really
Just gonna
good.
grab the blow dryer. If you want to mute my mic, since this thing is very loud.
Powerhouse.
I cut David's dad's hair. I hope he doesn't want this haircut.
Yeah, that mic does a good job, I think. All right.
That's awesome. You want to hit another question?
Yeah.
Hair by Jonathan V asks, favorite toners to achieve an icy look? I don't know what line you use, but if you're looking for an icy look, I think one of the best things that you can do after you pre-lighten them, tone them first to get them as neutral as you can, and then go in with whatever toner you think is going to give them the icy kind of look that they're looking for. Don't expect to tone them from lightener and just end up with the icy look. Like, you kind of should hit that middle step first, so you're probably going to tone them twice. I think is a good way to go.
Can we put you on the task of creating that video of how to make icy looking hair?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm good with that.
Let's do that.
Not this Monday. Next Monday, I'm free. How's that?
Okay. Sounds
delicious.
good. All right.
Want to do another one?
Sure.
Yeah.
Let's see. Hold on. I lumped a whole bunch together. I actually like this one. If you don't mind, just taking it a step away, just to bring it back to like old school.
Can my mic go back?
Round table conversation.
Huh?
I'm having a problem. Red 0688 says, I'm having a problem with some of my clients that are trying to haggle my prices. My last salon was a place of coupon overload, and I think they feel, since they followed me, that they should still receive discounts, even though I've been booth running for 2 years now. Any advice on how to handle hagglers? Let's start with the boss.
I mean...
No, not you, Bruce Springsteen. He's calling in.
Oh, okay.
I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
I would say that I don't know. Do we really deal with hagglers that often?
Every now and then I get
I've
it.
I've even had a few.
Yeah,
Okay, since we're pausing.
Let's pause and then let's answer that question.
When I blow dried his hair,
you pause.
I paused blow dry. When I was blow drying, I took the blow dry and I just followed the swirl pattern of the hair, so it'll kind of lay a little nicer. If you can see right now, there's no real sticking up back here in that crazy cowlick section, because I just left a little bit more weight there, so it can kind of fall down, do its thing. Told him when he blow dries, just direct that heat forward, use his fingers. I used tonight the Mitch line reformer, just a little bit on my finger, emulsified on my hands, and brought it through. And now just finishing up, asking him, what's he think? What you think, Dave?
Look at that smile.
We got teeth! We got teeth!
Zoom into that, Thad. Let's see that. Close up. Extreme close up!
All the way.
Okay, now I'll just do the spin real quick.
Yeah.
I think the ladies are going to love it.
Yep.
Too bad you don't have school tomorrow.
Right?
I know. We've known him since he was
I've
really
known him for
little.
like 9 months.
So awesome. So haggling. I mean, what are they gonna do? I could go into Best Buy and be like, I don't want to pay this for.
Well, I think
this computer.
It's not so much. It's not so much that. It's not. I don't think it's so much a. Well, I think the haircut should be this. I think it's more. Like, I don't know. This is something that I've wrestled with a lot myself, and I finally.
Because
figured it
people
out.
feel bad about what they charge.
Right. Because I feel bad, and I actually have, after having a lot of conversations with Drea, I realized where it came from for me was because I didn't grow up in a family that had a salon or had hairdressers, so I didn't understand this business. So in talking to Drea, she sort of explained to me, she's like, you got to understand, like, it is what it is, and you know the guests have to understand that these are the prices. And what's good about a place like ours is it's okay if they don't want to pay my prices, because we have that tiered pricing system. So if it really comes down to just cost, then we can recommend something for next time. But for this time, this is what it costs.
Right. Which is good, but I also believe that you, like, whether you grew up with a salon in your life or not, I think, and I know what you're saying, but, like, I think it's because, like, I have a hard time charging certain prices because the way that I grew up, we couldn't have afforded those prices. Right. So I think as hairdressers that maybe didn't come from money or certain things, when you think about charging $80 for a haircut and $200 for a color, it doesn't seem realistic. So then all of a sudden your confidence goes down, and then the person that's in your chair might be like, I didn't really want to pay that, and then then the conversation goes back and forth. So you have to be careful, I think, when you're just have the confidence that you're worth. That's why hair costs now. Like, hair is more expensive nowadays, and it'll probably be different based on your area for sure. The average haircut in America is, I think, $38 to $42, something in there. So, and you could be below that, you might be above that, but look at your area and don't be afraid to charge, because no matter what, your time is what is going to, like, how much you charge for your time is what your paycheck's going to be.
But I would like to say that it is also a business, and the greed gets a good part of people, not to cut you off, but everyone wants to raise their prices also.
But we're not talking about raising prices. We're talking about getting the prices that are asked for.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, this is
like clients coming in.
This is what the price is, and
wanting a lower price than what it says.
And it's one of those things that it does happen, and it comes down to it. And I also had, there's a thing floating around on Facebook right now that I love that says friends will ask for discounts, real friends will pay for your time.
But people that aren't friends, do they come in and ask you blatantly, can you give me a deal?
Well, the people that aren't, no,
haven't
but,
really heard it,
but
like,
wait,
that's
no,
what I'm
listen to
asking.
the rest of that was friends ask for discounts, real friends will pay for your time. So it's the people that say they're like, we're buddies, like I've met you before, hey, throw me a couple bucks off.
Yeah.
No, I mean, strangers don't ask for discounts that much, but there are people that...
I've had people try to haggle with me to the point where, like...
Here?
Yeah. It was right before, it was the 30th of December. Remember the date. She was upset that she had to pay my new pricing, and she asked for a haircut. Or I told her, do you want to get a cut today? Oh yeah, just a little bit. We took a half inch off all around.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, well, you only took a half inch off. Why are you charging me for a full haircut? I'm like, I gave you a full haircut. I tried to argue with me the fact that I'm charging her for a full cut even though it was a half an inch. Well, I shouldn't pay that much money for a haircut then.
Which I could see. I think people don't understand what a haircut
So
really
how did
is,
you-
So I get that.
Right.
But I think in general, I don't think people ask us for what can
if
what
ever
could you
there's
give
doubt
me?
in my
Like,
mind, I make
hey,
sure I
wanna-
go over price first.
Yeah.
And that's
Right.
one of the things is during the consultation talking about what your budget is for your hair and working within it. Obviously not lowering your prices to meet their budget if that's not what it is, but
Right. Like I had a guest, she came in, I'll never forget this. She came in, this is like a year ago, and she had long dark hair. And she shows me a picture of the Kim Kardashian when Kim Kardashian had like the roots with the white hair. And she's like, this is what I want. And I said, okay. So I'm going through everything and I explained to her, well, this is what I'm going to have to do and this is what it's going to cost to do that. And she goes, oh, well, I only have this much to spend. And I said, well, I'm sorry, that's not what this result costs. So let's find another alternative. So we used what she was willing to spend, and I gave her as much service as I could for what she was willing to spend.
well, and I also think here it helps because we do have that element system. I know when I take a phone call for a new guest coming in, I have the verbiage with them. Are you looking to work with anyone in particular? And then I explain the elements and what that means as far as pricing for them. So they understand what it costs to get their hair done here. And either people choose an element based off of what they want, or I've had people say, oh, I'm sorry, that's not what I thought, and not get their hair done.
Yeah.
But that way it eliminates the haggle in the chair when they already know what it is up front.
Yeah, I think I'm assuming
Yeah.
people already go over prices and they don't. You guys
Yeah.
are just all well trained to do that. So I think that's just
Yeah.
yeah.
I think the easy
I'm
answer to
thinking
that
these people
is
know
consultation.
already. Like I'm taking that question like they already know, and then they're trying to barter
Yeah.
or haggle.
Like,
that's
oh,
how
it's
I
going to
would
be
see it.
this for your foil, this for your single color, whatever. And then somebody's like, oh, no, it's not. I want. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So
that ain't happening.
So quick answer with that, and I guess we can sometimes take that for granted. We go over pricing first.
Yeah.
And if there's a problem with it, we have other
Then we just
levels
don't do
of
it.
pricing.
Right.
There's either
Yeah.
other levels or.
And we're cool.
All right,
Like if
then
you don't
I'll
want to
just
pay
do
the
a single
prices,
process. How about that?
We've had people
Right.
call up and say, "Oh, well, that's a little too much. I'm gonna go somewhere else."
We're like,
It's
okay, cool. Yeah.
Good luck to you.
all right.
I mean, reality is this is a hair salon. It's not a flea market.
It's gonna
Right,
cost
yeah.
more when I have to fix it.
Yeah.
Just saying.
All right, sweet. What else we got? Anything?
YOLO.
Want to do one more and then we'll spin the wheel?
Yes. Oh God, I wish I had known that you were gonna.
How do we say one more, Thad?
One more time.
Oh, sad.
All right. Here's one going off of what we were doing tonight. When cutting facial hair, do you prefer using a clipper, trimmer, or scissors?
I will say it depends on the amount. On average, like my go-to will be an edger, a trimmer, of course. I'll kind of go down that. But if some guys want to kind of keep the length, I will use a clipper.
Yeah, like
I don't usually do shears too often on facial hair unless it's a very long wizard beard and I'm sculpting it. But even that, I'm going to comb it and I'm going to use an edger or a clipper and kind of sculpt the whole thing. I try to keep scissors away from the face.
Jerry, what do you use on your beard trims? No.
No.
Oh yeah, no.
That's
No, I don't do
that's like
that.
asking how many bobby pins I do with an updo.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'll
If
usually-
you have facial hair and you want it trimmed, you're going to one of the guys. It's not happening.
Obviously, look at her brother.
That's cool. I just want to get another one on there. All right, sweet.
Yeah, I'm
Did
good.
you find one? We're good.
Yeah, we did a question.
Yeah, we did.
We
Wheel
ran.
party.
Don't worry, Jay, I got this.
All right,
No,
so
Hayden's doing it.
Hayden
Hayden
did come to spin the wheel.
He's
Yeah.
ready.
We have to pick someone.
I
Okay.
swept through quickly and I landed on red
Wait, Hayden.
0688.
What is it?
Red 0688.
Red 0668. Thad.
688.
What do they have the chance to
0688.
win?
All right, so they got some ergo brushes. Or what are we getting?
Thad just picked up the mic like Aerosmith.
Yeah.
Get him a handkerchief.
Yeah, say,
I
can
know.
you try
I'm
some
gonna get him a
handkerchiefs
steering wheel
to it?
microphone stand. All right, Hayden,
All right.
wait.
So we have ergo. They have very ergonomically correct tools, whether it's
Hayden, take a
that's
nap.
the right word, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you
You
guys
got
are
it.
laughing like it is the word now. They have ergonomically correct tools from brushes to blow dryers to smoothing irons to you name it. I love them. They're great quality. Then we have Donald Scott razors. These razors are designed so that you can have a comb, scissor, and razors. We got Minerva for all your salon needs.
That's
Free
right.
salon education for all your salon education needs. And Matt, what are we giving away?
What are we giving? We're giving away.
What are you giving away?
I know. I'm trying to think.
Giving
I
away
can-
Hayden.
Hayden. Uh-oh.
All right. We're gonna give away some cool YS Park stuff.
All right, awesome. We got some YS Park
Cool
stuff.
YS Park stuff.
All right, so
You'll
we got
see.
sunlights for all your balayage needs. We have mainstream for the stylist on the go. We have Amika for some styling products as well as some
That's-
styling tools.
Is that third like logo?
No, I
is
think
now.
that's.
Just what you
Yeah.
did. I think that's hilarious.
I think that's-
I think it makes you like put the stylist on the go.
Exactly. All right, so then we have Olaplex for all of our chemically dependent clients, so that way they can keep their hair nice and healthy. We have Mizutani for anybody who needs scissors, because we all need those and we want them to last a lifetime.
A lifetime.
We got Minerva again. We got Free Salon Education again. We had
Donald Scott again.
We got Sunlights again. And then we have Jay Lace.
J Lace.
Jay Lace is for the stylish hairstylist.
Stylish
as well.
hairstylist. Yeah, 5 times fast.
Why does this man not work for The Price is Right?
Right?
I just like Hayden's
Go check out their
edition.
website to find out all of their T-shirts and all the rest of their swag, as well as to see your one and only Justin Scott.
Oh, hey. I might be shirtless. I don't remember.
Then we have Parker Razors, which you just saw Justin using on the hairline.
It's a great razor. You guys want it. We got it.
All right,
Yes.
Can
Hayden.
go.
Wait.
Hayden, wait.
Wait for it. Wait
So
for it.
it's R.
ED.
Oh God, I forgot.
No, I got it right here.
Red 0688. I
Red
think.
066. Sorry.
Red
Red 0688 on Instagram. All right, here we go.
Matt's giving you a new Instagram name.
There you go, Hayden. Nice spin, bud.
Good spin, buddy. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got?
All right, what's it gonna be?
Olaplex. That would have been so awesome if Harper came up to this one.
I know.
I know, but Olaplex is a pretty sweet.
Yeah, that's
Olaplex
yeah.
rules.
Can't beat that.
There's your new commercial, Olaplex.
All right, there it is. Okay. That is the show.
That is the show.
Justin, fantastic class.
Hey,
Justin,
thanks,
you
man.
Killed it.
Glad I didn't screw this up.
Really good. Very excited. And let's see. What else? Follow Brian Hare. Oh, and
Oh yeah.
forgot today we found out that Instagram now has a way to connect 2 accounts. So this is very
Up to 5.
up to 5 accounts. So this
Wow.
is very exciting.
Matt's gonna take over all of our accounts.
No, I'm not. But I
But
I
there's
am-
5 of us.
am very excited about the fact that you can run multiple accounts at a time. So you should have everyone, right? Professional Instagram with hair, which is going to be very exciting coming up.
Wait, working on it.
Everybody's
Working on
going to start focusing on. I don't think professional goes into Justin's.
No.
So
Less reckless and normal reckless.
So professional Instagrams, which is going to be really fun. Start seeing some hair going through that, and that's that. But
that's all,
So
folks.
follow Brian Hare,
Hairstyle for now.
Drea,
Dre Day 2289. for now.
Justin,
I am Justin Scott.
Thad,
I'm sticking with that Bolognized.
Thad Bolognized, Christina as _Steeny, Hayden's Instagram is.
Non-existent.
Not allowed.
Follow us on everything. Free salon education. Thank you guys so much for watching. Next week we will be focused on. When is your pixie cut, Thad?
Not next week, but the following. I believe it's the 24th.
The 24th. So we'll be
It's 2
doing
Wednesdays from now.
2
So is it
Wednesdays
you
from
next
now.
week?
So we'll do a haircut next week.
Thad's of Anarchy.
Then
the
we have
following week.
Thad.
I'll host.
We have Thad's doing a pixie cut in 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's gonna be a scissor over comb pixie cut.
Oh, I'm excited. I'm gonna wear a tank top and work cameras for that one.
All right.
Sweet. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next week right here on FSE Live.
Okay, bye.
The only place crazy enough to put Justin Scott on the internet.